I want to get the mozzarella. 잠시만요. 하나 모짜렐라 주세요. 모짜렐라. 저기 모짜렐라.
모짜렐라.
네.
치즈
네.
원.
네.
네, 이쪽에.
오케이.
모짜렐라 심어서 치즈하고 마사라.
Okay, 감사합니다. Ooh, I'm so excited to try this. Not half as salty as I expected. And the batter is actually really, really light, which is something I didn't expect. It doesn't taste very much like mozzarella though. Tasha from Travelandtash. I have no major plan today. I'm just wandering to the Cheonggyecheon stream and I'm going to walk and have some nice time in nature because I feel like I'm in need of some natural environment and just to bring my health back up to peak because it's interesting that actually you need to be around trees and plants to actually feel healthier and to be healthier. Cheonggyecheon is one of my favourite places to visit. I think one of the reasons is because it's really quite central, and so it's not usually too difficult to access from if I'm headed downtown. It's lovely, and the only thing is that right now it's rather bare because it's winter time, and so all of the foliage that usually surrounds the river itself is completely I guess, you know, dead, or, you know, hibernating, waiting for the summer or the spring to arrive. So one of the reasons why I really love the Cheonggyecheon is that, among others, it's one of the first places that I visited when I first came to Seoul, and it was, I think, the first place that I saw couples like wearing matching clothing and this and that, which is, you know, it's a Korean thing where, you know, a fella and his girlfriend, you know, if the fella's wearing white and black, the girl will wear white and black, and, you know, it's an interesting thing, but it's one of the things that I noticed when I first walked along here. And I remember at the time I was just like, oh, you know, I'd love to be able to bring a boyfriend and walk along here and this and that, you know, just romanticizing all these ideas about, you know, what a romantic place this is. And anyway, it's one of my most favorite spots. the area up ahead where a spiral, blue and red spiral is, that's actually the site of where the that's the site of where the Cheonggyecheon, the power begins to actually move the water forward, to move the water downstream toward Namdaemun. So I'm now headed toward Myeongdong. I'm headed in the direction of Myeongdong. I want to tell a funny story which happened to me on the way down here on the train. So I was sitting on the train and I look right in front of me and there's this guy looking at me. Okay, and he's actually a really handsome fella. and his eyes like looking directly at me, right? And so anyway, I looked at him and then looked away, and then our eyes met a few times. And then, so we, you know, we get off at the same station where everybody's getting off to do a transfer to another line. And so, lo and behold, as we're both walking down, you know, he talks to me and he's like, oh, you know, he asked me in Korean, do you speak Korean? And I was like, no. So he's trying to chat me up. And you know, ultimately, you know, when you've got two people that just don't even speak the same language, I just think that there's not too much point even trying to do anything. But anyway, so he ended up getting on the same second train as me, and I know, and he waved at me as he was coming toward the same door. But so anyway, we ended up on the same train again for the second bout of the route, and at that point I wasn't sure if he was following me or not. And all that noise you hear is coming basically from the Gwangwamun political protests, something that Billy, when he was visiting, was not too much a fan of. Anyway, so we're at this train. So we're both on this train, and I noticed that I was getting off at Oljido Samga, and I noticed him getting off like right in front of me, and I was just like, no, he's following me, and I thought this is too creepy, so I quickly hopped back on the train, I jumped back on the train, and I don't know, like I feel like, okay, so let me explain to you something, fellas out there. If you're, you know, if you see a girl on the train and, you know, you're single and she's single and whatever, and you know, you think that you have a chance of meeting or whatever, just give her your number and leave, you know. Don't start following her, don't start getting off coincidentally at the same stop. Just, you know, leave her your phone number and then go, and just leave the decision up to her if she wants to actually pursue anything or not. Because otherwise, if you start following a girl and coincidentally getting off at the same stop again and again, it's just going to look like you're stalking her, and then that kind of makes somebody a bit creeped out and fearful of even thinking about potentially dating you. So anyway, that was my adventure on the train to get here this afternoon. They had set up an ice skating rink. Discontinuation of operation. One of the gates. I was right. We just stumbled into Namdaemun market. I have no idea where to go. I don't know whether to go that way or whether to go that way. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go this way. There's all kinds of clothing here. Particularly a lot of winter wear, hats and scarves.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Nice day.
Nice to meet you. Hi. That is an indoor market that I once came into to actually purchase some turmeric, and I'm not going to go in there today, but I guess I stumbled across where the entrance is and I couldn't for the life of me remember where it was. This place is such a maze. Onion pancake, kimbap. I love these. These are Tasha pancakes. Initially the batter seemed light, but I felt that now that I've eaten it, you know, it seems quite heavy. Like it had a lot of oil. Yeah, I think the train station was in the opposite direction. I'm going in the wrong. I'm going the wrong way. All right, head back that way. I think the train station was probably that way. So I came across a map just back there, and it turns out I was going in the right direction. This is the way to go to Cheonggyecheon, which is the train station which is nearest to the Namdaemun market. Guys, thank you so much for watching. So much to me that you are hanging out, watching my random adventures here in Seoul, and until the next adventure, wherever and whenever that may be. Bye bye.